Hello everyone, it is me, Harperman, back with yet another Harperman Helps Blender. Today, where I'm gonna teach you how to rig bogeys. This is gonna be a basic tutorial. It's not like I'm gonna teach you how to rig a fucking Henry bogey. This is just very simple rigging. Alright, so, but before we get started, there are two ways you could do this. Either for non-PBR assets, you use a lattice. But for PBR assets, in terms of rigging, you use a plane axis. Alright, just wanted to make that clear before we get started. But we'll just use the lattice today. Alright, so first thing we're going to do for the first part, which is just how to rig a wheel. Alright, we're just starting small, rigging a wheel. By the way, these are from, I think Max the Modeling Dude. I think. I don't remember since I got these a long time ago. If I'm wrong, please roast the fuck out of me in the comment section. Alright. So what we're gonna do here, wait, hold on. Damn thing. Alright. Let me just turn on my screen cat. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, Shift S, cursor to selected. And then select this, selection to cursor. And then we'll go in the side view and then scale the lattice to be as close as sized with the wheel as possible. Then, zoom in here, alright. And then we're gonna select this wheel and then shift right click on this lattice, control parent, object key transform. And then we select this lattice, move it around. Oh my god, just moving with the wheel, let's go. Alright. Son of a bitch. Alright. Don't mind any background noise. Then we're going to change the timeline here to 30. And then what we're going to do is go over here to this side thing and click I. And then we're going to move this thing over here. And then change this to 360. Because, 360 degree no scope on the X axis. And before we move this thing, we're going to go into the graph editor. Is it called the graph editor? Yeah, graph editor. And then press T and linear. That way the wheel will move normally. Alright. Hey, let's go. We got a working wheel. Okay, so here we have the next part of the tutorial. First thing we're going to do is take these side rods, Control J them together. And next thing, and now I'm just going to, you don't really have to do this, but I mean, like, what I need to do here is, get a simple bogey made and stuff. Alright, Control C, Control V. Try and align some of these side rods together. Control V. Yeah, there. Alright, so we have ourselves a very, very simple bogey with side rods. And now what we're going to do is do the same thing we did with the wheels. So get a lattice, not to do that, I said not do that, Shift S, cursor to selected, then selection to cursor, and then do the thing, Control P, see if it moves, alright, and the timeline's already set, so we'll be able to animate it. Alright, so then I, and then 360 I, graph timeline linear, and then it works awesomely. Now, here comes the next part of the tutorial with the lattices, because, this is a tutorial for rigging bogeys for trains. So, well, a thing I forgot to show you. Cursor to center, or something, I guess. Okay, now what we're going to do is get a new lattice, scale it down a bit, and, try and get it somewhat evenly centered with the bogey here. Alright, and then we're going to call this b.r.main. This has to do with, like, exporting a bogey or something, but I ain't going to show you how to do that here. This is just rigging, and then what I just did here, right click this lattice, then shift right click this lattice, and then object key transform, and it won't fuck up, hooray. Alright, and for this lattice, we'll call it B.R.wheel1. We just need the B.R. there, otherwise it does weird things. Alright, and now what we're going to do to simplify this is Control-C, Control-V, and then call this one, or actually no, we would call this one B.R.wheel1, and then we'll call this one B.R.wheel2. Son of a bitch. Alright. Then Shift S, cursor to selected, selection of cursor, and then parent, except now we don't have to do any of the work. You know. And then we'll just do the same thing for the third wheel. B.R.wheel3. Shift S, cursor to selected, selection of cursor. Haha, funny parent. Hooray. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Rigging the side rods. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a lattice. Whoa! And we're gonna call this B.R. side rod. And then go into one view, and we're gonna try and scale it to the size of the side rod. So, something right about a little bigger. That works. Alright, and now we're going to make sure it's perfectly aligned here, because that's very important, otherwise it might get out of sync. And what we're going to do is then we're going to control parent the side rod over to this lattice, and then we're going to control parent this lattice to this lattice over here, and then that is going to, yes, that is going to work perfectly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this lattice, constraint, limit rotation, limit to the x-axis, and it's going to work. Yeah, see? It works like that. And there's your simple rigging tutorial that everyone desperately needed. Anyway, I shall see you all in the next video now. Goodbye.